Hello my friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome back and welcome to another journal making video. This video is part of a collaboration and swap that I am participating in. It is called the Business Card Art and Crafts Journal Collaboration. It is being hosted by Rosie and Wanda. I've discussed this swap before. I did an intro video, and I also shared a video where I made the cover for my swap partners journal. So if you have not seen those videos, be sure to check them out. I will link them in this general area here, and I will also link them down below. I will also link the channels of all of the other participants who are in the swap so that you can check them out as well. I shipped off my journal cover to Patty, and I received the cover that Patty made for me. So let me share with you the gorgeous cover that Patty made for me. Isn't this gorgeous? And Patty does have a process video where you can see her make this cover. I will link it down below so that you can see it. The cover is gorgeous. The colors are amazing. And so I am going to use this cover as inspiration for the journal that I am going to make. This is going to be the front cover of my journal. I have had this fabric, and I'll show it to you. I have had this fabric in my stash for a long time. I mean, years. And I really didn't know what to do with it because the colors are kind of bold, the pattern is bold. And at one point, I even put it in the donation bin because, again, I've had it for a long time and didn't know what to do with it. It was in the donation bin when I received my cover from Patty. And then as soon as I saw Patty's cover, I quickly removed it from the bin because I think it is a perfect match. It coordinates beautifully with Patty's cover. So I am so excited, not only because I get to make another journal, but I get to use this beautiful fabric, and I'm working with colors that are outside the norm for me, and I am living for these colors. They are gorgeous. So I have plenty of the fabric for sure. So I know I will have more than enough to cover my journal. Here is the base of the journal that Rosie was kind enough to provide to everyone. I did reinforce the spine with some Tyvek because if you have been watching my journal making videos for a little bit, then you know that's just what I do. So here is the cover. I have the fabric, so it's going to be a fabric covered journal. But I also decided to use some batting because I want the cover to be a little soft and squishy. So I have this mixed cotton and polyester batting. I think it's 80% cotton, 20% polyester, but I've had it also for a little bit, and I have been wanting to make a journal using batting as part of the cover. So since I am working with colors that I typically don't work with, I thought, why not take this opportunity to do something else that I typically don't do, and that is cover my journal in batting and then cover it in fabric. So that's the plan. The plan is we're going to apply some batting, we're going to cover in fabric, and then this will be the cover. And I think it is going to work beautifully, and I'm so excited. In terms of the signatures, what I have decided to do is repurpose a journal that I bought. I bought this journal long time ago, and I bought it from Godspeed Creations. It's an Etsy shop. If I remember, I will link it down below. I bought it because of the paper, and for the price, it was so worth buying. And actually, I bought a few because it was just amazing. The colors in here are amazing. Everything inside of this journal is amazing. And I do believe that this particular Etsy shop, this owner, she dyes all of her own papers. So I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to just have like a sample of the different types of colors that papers that she sells. And it's just all around a beautiful collection of papers. It's very cohesive, just nice. And I think these colors work beautifully with the journal I'm going to make. So the plan is for me to snip these signatures out of this particular journal cover and reorganize them, maybe divide them into 3 as opposed to just the 2 signatures. I'll have 3. And use that for these signatures in my own book. This way I get to reuse this paper in a project of my own making. So I'm really excited that I finally get to incorporate these beautiful papers into this journal project. So that's the plan for the paper. I may have to supplement that paper with some from my own stash, but that's not a big deal because we all know I have a lot of paper. So I think in my mind, that's what I have planned. That's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to start working on this. I will, of course, film as much of the process as I can. I think for this particular video today, if I can get this batting onto the journal and get the fabric onto the journal as well, I will be very happy. I think the cover I'm going to hold just a little bit because I want to put it in my book press for a few days just to get it nice and flat. It'll make it much easier to adhere to the cover once it's flat. So I'm going to put this in my book press for a couple of days and just work on the cover itself. Here is my cover. I'm excited about this batting. I did a little bit of a rough cut to something at about the height of the book. Left a little extra because this is my first time really working with batting like this, so I wasn't sure if it would stretch or what the deal was. But I definitely left some room just in case. And I think what I want to do, I do want the book covered in batting, the inside and the outside. What I don't want to do is I don't want to cover the spine itself on both sides because I think that's going to add, I feel like it's going to add too much bulk, and I don't want that bulk to interfere with how the book itself opens and closes. I don't want to make it so thick that it's just gonna not want to close properly. So what I am thinking is we're gonna do a wrap with the batting. We're going to start on the inside cover, coming close to but not abutting the hinge of the cover. We're gonna come close, but we're not gonna abut. We're gonna leave like maybe 1/8 of an inch gap between the edge of that batting and where the hinge is. And then we'll wrap it around, all the way around, come to the other side and do the same thing on this end. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right or wrong, that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and do that. Here's our cover with a layer of that batting. Feels really nice. So, and I think I made the right call not putting the batting here. I think I did. So the next thing for us to do is to figure out this fabric situation here. I can't get over that I finally get to use I finally get to use this fabric. So I'm definitely going to adhere it onto the cover, that's for sure. But then the question becomes, do I want to do some sewing as well? Figure out how much of this I need to trim. These are my fabric cutting scissors. These are by Ginger. I don't know much about this except that it's supposedly like super quality. My mother-in-law gifted it to me some years ago. And I take very good care of them because she said they were very expensive and very good. So ever since then, I take care to make sure that those scissors don't touch anything but fabric, and they're super pretty. She gave me these and another like smaller pair. I think that's perfect. I just need to trim some of this off the sides as well. trying to get this seam as close to the bottom, or what will be the bottom of the bottom edge of the journal, so that we don't have to see it. Okay, so I won't torture you too much with this process, but I certainly will start it here. Feels really nice. This fabric is gorgeous. I can't believe that it took me this long to use this fabric. And my goodness, it just worked out that this lined up the way it did on the spine. I certainly didn't plan it that way, but the flowers are just beautifully placed on the front and the back. So let's, oh, I can't. I was gonna say, let's get the cover that Patty made and put it against, kind of audition it up front here, but to see how it looks, but can't do that because the cover's in the book press. So I think what we're going to do next is some stitching around the edges. Yeah, we're gonna do some stitching around the edges, though. Does it need it? Oh my gosh, I don't know. This came out, this is probably one of the neatest, very neatly folded fabric covers I've ever done, and I don't think I am going to need the metal book corners to hide any imperfections there, because it's good enough. I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to do the sewing, just because I think, if I remember correctly, I should have taken a picture of Patty's cover before I put it in the book press, just so that I can have it as a reference. But I know Patty had some stitching on her cover. So what I think I'm going to do is take the time to take the cover out of the book press, take a picture of it just so that I have it as a reference. And then whatever color she used on her stitching, maybe I can use that and do a little bit of zigzag stitching around the front and the back cover. I could also just go with some black, since there's black here. That certainly will look good too. So I think that's what I'm going to do, my friends. I think this is a good spot to stop, actually, because I don't want this video to get too long. So next time I pick up on this project, I think what you will see is a cover with some zigzag stitching around it, and I am going to figure out if I want, I'll probably put a ring fastener here because I really haven't thought too much on what I want dangling from here, if anything, but it's always good to have a ring fastener in case I do want to put something there. And then we will go from there. So what do you think? I think it looks good. I'm very happy with the way that it looks, and I can't wait to continue working on this project, and hopefully you will join me. So I will see you all in the next video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate you. Bye bye.